2019, we're going to see there's got to be some changes and shifting. We've already seen in women's tennis new players winning majors. Rafa Nadal, I mean, he won his 11th major at the his 11th French Open title last year, but this was at the U.S. Open when he had to retire against Juan Martín del Potro. Not, by the way, for the first time in 2018. He was either injured, pulled out of, or retired from an awful lot of tennis matches. And we haven't seen him play a real match. He played an exhibition in Abu Dhabi last week. We had a look at him losing to Kevin Anderson, but then he decided against playing the second match he was supposed to play, the third and fourth place playoff. What do we think of the health of Rafa Nadal, kids?
It's tough to say because he doesn't give you much. He doesn't let you know a ton, except maybe with the actions. With the fact that he pulled out of there, that would make me suspicious that he may not be 100% and ready to go for Australia. And we saw he didn't have a lot of success on the hard courts last year because he wasn't able to finish a lot of matches.
That's
he
right.
wasn't able to finish a lot of tournaments. Didn't finish in Australia, didn't finish in the U.S. Open, didn't even get started in Mexico, so or even Indian Wells or Miami. So I'd be worried about his health anytime there's anything but clay under his feet.
And the hard courts in Australia, again, the hard court speed that Roger Federer loves, Rafa doesn't.
I mean, I think when you look at where Rafa is now and you look at all the injuries,
that was just last year.
Withdrawals, retirements, and, you know, this is a guy who would go through a wall to finish a match. So,
correct,
you know it's serious in these situations. And this year, already to start, he's having to consider his body, consider, you know, maybe managing his health a little bit more. And that's always a tough position for a player to be in who goes all out like Rafa does. A couple of slams where he had to retire.
Yeah.
That U.S. Open, that against Del Potro, the match before against Team. I mean, how much that
match took it out of him. Yeah.
I mean, that's where he is now, is sort of trying to figure out how to manage week in and week out and still play the type of tennis that we're used to seeing from him. And that's a struggle.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expected when his career started getting towards the later stages that it would kind of go off a cliff because he worked so hard in practice. He trained so hard. He put so many miles on his body that something was going to just really give out. And it hasn't been as quick, but you're starting to really see signs of that wear and tear. And it just seems like that kind of physical play is really having an effect, especially later in tournaments. The Australian Open and the U.S. Open, it's later in the event. Like I said, the team match took it out of him. Matches are just taking it out of him that you never saw that before. He used to bounce back better than anyone in the world.
Yeah, grinders, man. At a certain point, you're going to feel it.